What was your first fashion splurge, if you remember?
My first fashion splurge was probably a bottle. I don't know if this is fashion, it's more beauty, but I bought a bottle of La Mer face cream for my mom when I became a staff writer on The Office.
When I first started making enough money to actually be able to pay my rent and have some money left over, my first big splurge was Ralph Lauren towels. And so when Barbara Walters came to my house for the very first Barbara Walters interview, at the end of it I said, "Do you want to see my Ralph Lauren towels?"
I was actually one of the hosts for ET Canada for the Oscars, and I needed shoes, and I bought Versace shoes, and I was so overwhelmed at the idea that I was stepping on all that money. I was like, so we buy these, and then we just mess them up. I still have them, but that was my first splurge. Being that I'm part of this industry, I'm very lucky and thankful that I get to have many gifts, but that was my first splurge.
Yes, I do. I was in Rent, the musical. I was like 20-something, and I bought my first pair of Louboutin shoes. And I ran those things into the ground. The red was completely gone. But that was like my best spend I could have ever made because I love Louboutin shoes.
Oh my God, yes, I remember. It was an Yves Saint Laurent perfume bottle at an airport, and because I was obsessed with him as a designer, and my mom had all these, like lipsticks and makeup and her like sunglasses and stuff, and I was like, you know what, I need to own one of my own of Yves Saint Laurent, so that's what I would say.
Yeah, of course. Well, okay, my very first was when I was like 16 or 13. I went to Paris with my family, and I took every dollar I had saved, every single one, and went in and bought my first Louis Vuitton bag. Instead of like going and buying like a million things, I just was like one thing, and I still have it. It's in perfect condition. It's the little like camera case, it's the and then when I graduated college and I started styling, I was an assistant. I bought a Karl Lagerfeld for Chanel like black dress, and I still have it. It was so simple, but I was so excited to have it. It was a big moment.
First time you bought...
I remember my mother's first fashion splurge for me because I wasn't very fashionable. I was a complete tomboy, lived outside with my three brothers, but I went to a junior prom and she got me a YSL ball gown. And so it was probably, she got it probably secondhand or whatever, but I remember wearing it and it made quite a statement.
I mean, my first real designer splurge, I remember I would buy like designer bags secondhand on eBay. I remember that was like my big thing when I was a teenager. But as far as Tory Burch, I would say the flats were like my big purchase. And I remember I had them in black and navy, and I just thought I was like the coolest girl at school.